We continue now at the top of Daf Mem Daled Amud Beis in Meseches Nedarim. This is Nedarim Daf 44b. And the previous Amud, the Gemara suggested that according to Rabbi Yossi, you can have a situation where on a doraisa level an item is not really hefker, because it's not really hefker ad asli de zoch until somebody else takes possession of it. But let's say, for example, 3 days have passed, so then the Rabbanan will declare that it is hefker, the lo lishtakach Torah's hefker, in order that the laws of hefker are not going to be forgotten. So it emerges you have a situation where on a doraisa level an item is not hefker, and it's chayiv and shumas and maestris, but yet the Rabbanan are declaring that the item is hefker. And so the Gemara says, isn't that going to lead to some confusion? V'dilma asi la'asurim min achiyev ala p'tur, u'min ha'p'tur ala chiyev, isn't it going to come that the person might end up taking meiser from something which is really chayiv in meiser on a doraisa level on something which is pater from meiser on a doraisa level, or vice versa? You'll take off the meiser from an item which is pater from meiser on a doraisa level, and you do that 4 items, 4 produce which are chayiv in meiser on a doraisa level. And the Mefarish has a number of scenarios of confusion that could emerge, but regardless, again, if you're going to have this situation where something could be hefker on a dorabanan level, but it's really not hefker on a doraisa level, you're going to have this kind of confusion. And the Gemara answers, Damrin and Lane, no, we say to the person, we say to him, Ki me'asris asr minei uvei, that when you do take off meiser of this particular produce, which again, the Rabbanan are dealing with it and deciding that it's hefker after 3 days, you have to take off the meiser from within that produce itself. You can't go to other produce and take off meiser from one set of produce on the other. That is going to create the confusion. And the Gemara continues, Meisvei, we have a question from the following Brisa. Hamafker as Carmel, let's say somebody declares his vineyard ownerless, but then in the morning comes and he gets up and he picks the grapes, he takes possession of the grapes. So chayiv beperet uveolalos uveshicho vepei. Chayiv in all the halachas where you have to leave over certain amounts of your vineyard for the poor, he's chayiv in all of those. As the Mefarish over here says, chayiv beperet veolos kimo mishar kerem. Like any kind of vineyard where you're collecting, where you're harvesting from the vineyard, there are halachas you have to leave over for the poor. However, upater min meiser. However, in this situation, the person is pater from meiser because he declared it ownerless. The Mefarish over here explains upater min meiser techashvinon le hefker, because we consider it to be hefker. Since we consider it to be hefker, therefore there's no chiyuv of meiser. And so the Gemara continues. B'shalom l'ula. I understand this brisa according to Ula. The Rabbanan katani la, because we'll just say that this brisa follows the opinion of the Rabbanan. Again, the opinion of the Rabbanan is that on a doraisa level, when you declare something hefker, it is in fact hefker. It doesn't have to reach the rishus of the zocha to be considered hefker. It's considered hefker on a doraisa level. Udoraisa katani la, and the brisa is following the halach on a doraisa level. On a doraisa level, this is in fact pater from meiser. Now, it is true that in some scenarios the Rabbanan might say that we're not going to allow it to be hefker, and we're going to say that it's chayiv in meiser, maybe on a derabanan level, but the brisa is talking on a doraisa level. Elul Reish Lakish, but according to Reish Lakish says the opposite. He explained the brisa earlier that it's talking according to Rabbi Yossi that on a doraisa level it's not really hefker, and sometimes the Rabbanan came along and said that it is hefker, the lo lishtakach Torah's hefker, in order that the laws of hefker not be forgotten. So if that's the case, amai pater ben amaiser. So if that's the case, why should we pater from meiser? Because again, according to Reish Lakish's approach, if we're following within the opinion of Rabbi Yossi, so on a doraisa level it is actually not hefker. On a doraisa level it is actually chayiv in meiser. So the Rabbanan are certainly not going to say that you're pater from meiser just because they say that on a Rabbanan level it's considered hefker. And so the Gemara says, Amar lach, so Reish Lakish will respond to you, Ki amri anol Rabbi Yossi, you're correct. I was saying according to Rabbi Yossi. However, however, this brisa does in fact follow the opinion of the Rabbanan, and the Rabbanan say that on a doraisa level, it really is pater from meiser, because on a doraisa level it is considered hefker. So there's no contradiction from this brisa at all. This brisa is the Rabbanan, and I was explaining according to Rabbi Yossi, and we'll continue with this discussion in the next video on Daf Mem Hey Amud Aleph.